Hello, I'm going to make this tutorial as quick as possible so the resolution can stay high as YouTube. This is about putting wind on your materials for your static mesh trees without speedtree, because speedtree doesn't work on custom static meshes. As you can see, that tree there is blowing around in the wind. That's on another UDK that's got it in already. Now I'll show you how to put it in. Go to your content browser and just type in up the top Shane, because you're going to copy it off the Shane tree material, and you'll see Shane Plant 2, that one there will do. Right click on it, go to copy, create copy, and select the package where your tree is. My package where my static mesh is ABG Palm 45. Where the hell is it? Here it is. And it goes to your materials grouping, and just give it a, where it says new name, just type in there new name. I'll just name it MS. Click OK to all. This is going to replace your original material. You'll still see your original material. You don't have to delete your original material. You can keep it in the package. There's a materials group that it's in. But if I click on the original package, there's the default original material that I used to have. It still works, but at the moment. But this is a new material. This is the one with the wind in it. And what you got to do is you got to put these two textures, that diffuse and that opacity, into this material. So what you do is, there's the old one from the last tutorial. I'll just delete that. Thing. Force delete. What you do is you start this material, double click on this material to get to the material editor of it. Come on. Alright, once you get into the material editor, click your texture there, your diffuse texture. Just minimize your content browser, and then you'll see up amongst the diffuse line, you'll see this thing here called perimeter 2D diffuse. I'll just give you a smaller view there of it. That's where it is there, about in the middle from the menu. So I'll go back up and left click to drag it. Alright, now what you do now is just where it says texture down there, click on the green arrow, and that'll select the one you got in the content browser selected. That'll replace it with that texture. And just wait for it to apply. Now I've got my texture leaf in there. Now I click on the opacity texture in the content browser, and minimize that. Now just right click in here and go to textures and add texture sample, new texture sample. Let that go. Now apply this thing here to opacity mask, the diffuse to opacity mask on your alpha. And when you click this box, this menu here, you should always have blend mask there. If your opacity mask is not highlighted or showing up, select blend mask on this drop down arrow here. And I think it pays to have two-sided selected as well. As you can see here, my leaves have got white edges on because of a rough opacity texture. So what I'm going to do here is go down here to the opacity mask clip value, and I'm going to raise the value up a bit. I'll put it to 8 because I know it works at 8. Hit the enter key just to let it load, and now there's two things I've got to adjust down here as well. How do I get that out of the road? There's this one here, I think it is, in the middle here, this one. Yeah, that one. You go to the area where it says turn into Scholar Wave and apply to all access. And then you'll see this thing here, constant bias scale. I'll just highlight it so you can see it. Click on it, and where this 5 is, put in front of it, say, I'll just put in front of it 4. That'll raise the wind speed. You can set it to yourself, whatever suits your tree. Right, I've done that. Now I shrink this down a bit again, and I go back up the top near the middle to this blue one here. There's the menu. Here's the little blue one. I click on this, and if I put that into a 2, say, this raises the wind speed as well, but they both do different things. And actually, this blue box is a few of these. You can adjust them on a few of them. Then you click apply up here. Just let it load. Come on, the damn thing. Minimize that, and you can see it's moving in the texture screen there. Now, that's right, I've got to apply it to the tree now, to the static mesh. So what I do is I open the static mesh editor, just quickly minimize it and highlight the material, the new material, so it's selected, and then you go to load info elements, and then you'll see a material there. I know it's this one that says none because I haven't got the material applied on the leaves, and just click the green arrow and that applies it. Now you can see that tree is moving around now, blowing around, but see how it's moved off the stump. There's a couple of those blue things that I showed you before that you got to move around to stop it from moving off the stump. You got to adjust the number on them. Now if I place this down here, is this loaded? Right, now it's loaded. I can plant it. Just right click on the ground a few times, add static mesh. Now you can see it's blowing around, but it's moved off the stump because I've got the I've got the measurements too wrong. It didn't do this the last tutorial. Default value, I'll set that back to 1. I think it was on 2 or 0 actually. I'll put that back to 0 and see if that's straightened the tree, straightened the top of the tree. This UDK is an absolute nightmare to work with. With other engines it's simple, but you don't get networking in that with him. Right, that's basically put it to the tree a bit. Maybe I should adjust the other one that I'd done as well a bit. 4, I'll put it to 3. Where is it? That's the static mesh editor. I want the material editor. Where'd the other thing go? There it is here. Turn waves. Apply to all access, that's the one I want. Right, now I'll put that to about 2, and I'll see what happens at 2. It should slow it down a bit as well. Now apply that. Now save. Now you can see it's fixed it up a bit, but it's not blowing around madly. So if you want to see it blow around better, just go up to your active classes on your content menu, go to wind, then wind direction source, plant a wind direction source nearby. Just right click on the ground, add wind direction source here. Now it should be blowing around a bit better. As you can see, it's now moving. It could be a little bit more. You just have to adjust with those 2 boxes that I showed you. Yep, that's got that tutorial covered. There was another thing to straighten it up on that thing as well, I do believe, but I can't remember because I got brain damage. That'll do for this tutorial. Thanks for watching.